All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good evening, wherever you guys are at. I am live and in color. Uh, hey, let's get to it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Anthony Glenn. I'm a buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. I own a real estate brokerage, and today we're going to be going over the VA Loan Masterclass, guys. We're going back over this stuff today, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Man, we already got some people on the show right now, man. Damn, Instagram is blowing up. What up? What up? What up? Okay, let me put this in here. Text WIN to 760-385-8211. 8211. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna pin this link here. What's up, Teresa? Good to see you. Hey, look at Yvonne on the ones and twos. Yvonne, thank you for setting up my team with Chatter. I appreciate you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony Glenn, buy and hold investor. Today, I am live and in color. I am live on Instagram. I'm live on TikTok, and I am live on YouTube currently right now. So I'm on YouTube, LinkedIn. What else am I on?
You're on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter.
And Twitter, yes, X, or whatever you want to call it. And today I'm going to be going over the VA Loan Masterclass. So for those of you who don't know, my mic's kind of loud. Which one is it? Which one do I need to turn down? I got my media staff here that's going to be here. We're going to be going over some stuff, guys. So if you guys are interested in learning what it is that we're going to be doing as we get started, as you can see, we're getting everything adjusted. My people be telling me, stop touching stuff. Stop touching stuff. They say, don't touch anything. I'm always touching stuff, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Crisco. Good morning, everyone. Today, let me tell you what we're going to be talking about, guys. And for those of you that are on TikTok, thank you guys for showing up. We have broke the 7,000 followers mark on TikTok. And then we just broke 4,000 on our Winning Real Estate Facebook group. So we appreciate you guys for pulling up with us. And we are at 7,000 on TikTok. And then we're approximately 125,000 people in our social media across all social media platforms. Our goal is to get to 250,000. And I want to say thank you guys for sharing. This is what we're going to be talking about today. So today's topic is going to be, if you're on Chatter, make sure you come to Chatter College. I host at 2 p.m. No, we want Yvonne, we want a special. We don't want to be in a room with everybody else. We want a room with just you specifically. Okay, we want Auntie Yvonne by ourselves. Make sure you follow Auntie Yvonne. She's on my Instagram right now, looking at us. But we want you, Yvonne, solo. Okay, I'm selfish like that. Okay, so there's a new app that's going to be dropping here soon. That's going to be to the public, to where I don't have to have all of this stuff set up, and I have one screen, and that's coming to a social media, social audio app near you. So let's get started, guys. Okay, so let's get started. Make sure you follow Auntie Yvonne. You'll see her Goal Inspire Career Coaching. She goes ham on LinkedIn. She said, "You need to get in LinkedIn, Anthony." That's the voice I get. So I've been getting on LinkedIn. Yvonne, you will be proud of me. I'm almost at 9,000 on LinkedIn. And thanks to give a shout out to Brilliant Media Geeks. That's the people who manage my social media platforms, and I'm going to get ready to go. So shout out to everybody, man. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are ready for me to rock out, guys. Today, this is what we're going to be talking about. Number 1, how can you utilize the VA home loan benefit to become an investor? Number 2, how can you buy multifamily with the VA loan? Number 3, how can you do a cash out refinance with the VA loan? Number 4, the VA construction loan. And then number 5, how you as a non-veteran can partner with a veteran. So if you guys are ready to go, man, put a 1 in the chat. I see that TikTok is bubbling up. Make sure you guys get a pin right now, because I am going to be rocking out for the next 2 solid hours talking about real estate investing. And we're going to break everything down for you guys, shotgun style, so everybody can understand it, okay? So if you guys are ready to go, let's rock out, guys. So for those of you that are on my live right now, where are you guys checking in from? Before we get started, I want to know where my family is checking in from. And for those of you who don't know, here's the deal, guys. For every 5 shares and 1,000 likes that I get on TikTok, I am going to unlock another VA loan secret. So Ian, We already got 40 people on TikTok right now. So guys, get a pin. I appreciate you guys pulling up. Okay, I think this is going to be a very, very good room. We got Ohio in the house. So you guys checking in? Instagram, where you guys checking in from? YouTube, where you checking in from? X, where you checking in from? Put where you checking in, what state and city. Texas, I just got pre-approved for a VA loan in Texas, trying to find a duplex now. Okay, Miss Marzin, here's the deal. You are going to text me for sure because we're going to tell you how to negotiate. Okay, here's what we're going to be talking about. Ian, can you let the people know who you are and what you do?
Hey everybody, good morning. Name's Ian Jensen. I'm a full-time real estate agent down here in Southern California. I work for the whole crew here at the Liberty Group, CARDONE Veterans, let's face it, how many businesses we got going now, right? And we're here to help educate service members and the VA loan. My God, I can't talk today. I'm sorry, no coffee. We're here to help everybody that is involved and wants to get started in real estate and investing with their VA loan, and then we teach you how to leverage it and maximize all different opportunities that we've been able to put together for you. So stay tuned. It's really great information. It's going to be able to help you guys expand your net worth and your knowledge base. So let's go kick it. Thank you, Tony.
Fantastic, guys. And you don't listen, stay here because you don't have to be a vet to take advantage of this. You do not have to be a vet to take advantage of this. Guys, we got 37 people here right now. Get me up to 5 shares right now on TikTok. Let's go. Okay, I'm almost at 1,000. For every 5 shares and 1,000 likes, I will unlock another VA loan secret. So let's get to it. Okay, number 1, stop. Here's the first. This is going to be alarming, guys. Stop negotiating the price down on your purchase. Now, put a 1 in the chat if you understand that. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't understand that. I'm going to tell you guys why, okay? I want everybody to put these 2 words in the chat, and this is what we're going to be talking about. I want y'all to put private and public, private and public, private and public, private and public. I'm waiting on everybody to do that. If you're in my live right now, and I got 40 people here right now, I will need for you guys to put engagement. The reason why I'm asking you guys to engage in the chat, guys, is because this triggers the algorithm to bring more people into the space. So as we're here, you do not have to be a vet to take advantage of what I'm about to tell you. Private and public, private and public. Miss Mason, please send me a DM because I'm going to get you on a consultation call with me right after this live, okay? What's up, Dobby? Good to see you, brother. Shout out to Dobby, U.S. Marine Corps. Hoorah! Okay, retired. That's my brother. He's the only person that can dress better than me that I know. Okay, all right. Shout out to Dobby that just pulled up. Guys, I'm excited, man. Are you guys excited? Because I'm gonna bring a hit right now, man. If you ain't interested in me being a crunk on the stage right now, guys, go to another room and listen to these unseasoned chicken rooms. But today I'm gonna rock out specifically about how to invest with a veteran with the VA loan. Okay, so all right, private and public. Here we go. So number 1, when you lower the price on a property and you sell that price, is that private or public, Ian?
That is public knowledge.
Why?
So everything that gets bought and sold goes through the county, and the counties have what they call public record. So that's something that they have certified that this information should be available to the public. So anybody can go in there and find out who lives where, who owns what, and who is the publicly declared person who owns that property. And that's also where you can do a couple tricks that Tony talks about sort of public face that's a bit more private for you and your family.
Bingo, bingo, bingo. Shout out to the SITREP podcast that just joined us. Make sure you follow Ian Jensen and the SITREP YouTube channel, guys. We're going to be talking about these things. If you guys are pulling up, we're basically telling you guys how to negotiate with the VA loan and how you can partner with a vet, guys. Now, as we go here, the rules of engagement is that you guys will need to help me. So put a 1 in the chat if you can hear Ian coming through on Instagram. Can y'all hear him pretty well? I need to make sure I do a sound check because I don't want to be talking and pausing and you can't hear him. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear him loud and clear. If you're on Instagram and you heard Ian speaking, put a 1 in the chat. I want to make sure that we're good to go as we go through the show. Okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys could hear Ian on Instagram. Okay? All right, so let me continue to rock out. All right. So private and public. Okay. So essentially what that means is that if Ian goes and buys a property and he wants to negotiate $20,000 down, okay, that means that I found a multifamily. The multifamily, they want $700,000. Everybody put $700,000 in the chat. Okay, everybody put $700,000 in the chat right now. $700,000, $700,000, $700,000. I'm waiting. I'm looking at the screens. I don't see $700,000. You're not going to understand this if you're not doing this with me. Okay, so everybody put $700K in the chat right now. Okay, so let's just say that Ian decided to get some credits, okay, for closing cost, okay, from the seller, okay, and that means that he wanted to get concessions. Everybody put the word concessions in the chat. Concessions, concessions, concessions. Now, what'll happen is that the VA loan allows you to get 4% of closing cost concession from the seller. Let me explain what this means. Instead of negotiating the price down, so I'm gonna do it right now, 700,000 times 4%, that equals $28,000. Okay, y'all see that? So instead of reducing the price and lowering the value of my property, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give you the $700,000 that you want for the property, but I'm gonna ask for $28,000 concessions. Now, what I can do with this money, I can do magic with this money. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to show you how Anthony Glenn and the ultra elite negotiate on properties. Now, Ian, I wanna ask you a question. Why do I not want to lower, give me another example of why I don't want to lower the price. What happens to the to that multifamily? What does it happen for the rest of the comparable sales that are in the neighborhood?
Okay, so when it comes to your purchase price, right, and this is something that's counterintuitive. Everybody always gets all turned around thinking that, oh, I want to get a bunch of money off the price because I'm saving it, because that's what you do with every other product, right? But real estate's a little bit different. You want to make sure that you are trying to actually keep your purchase prices high, because that'll keep the comps in your area high as well. Right. So if all of a sudden you come in there and you negotiate some kind of deal and you steal it for 100 grand less than what you bought it for, what everybody else is buying it for, that'll raise the average value of the property in that entire area. So obviously, you know, your neighbor's going to be pissed off, right? But the reason why they're pissed off about that is because that affects not only the price that you sell your property at, because that's what everyone's going to look at. That's what the bank is going to look at whenever they're appraising the different properties. But the appraisal is where it's really going to cause a lot of problems, because once the appraisal not only affects people that are buying houses and selling houses there, it also affects people that are trying to do HELOCs or cash out refinances or any sort of leveraging of their asset. So if you go in there and you kind of steal it for some kind of opportunity, then it also damages your chances to be able to either extract money from that asset. So if you ever want to use it to pay down debt or have a bigger deal you want to try to play.
Now, guys, we're going to tell you how to write this offer. And the reason why we're talking to you guys about this is because we're going to break down how you would negotiate on this property. So let me do a quick room reset. Welcome to the Winning Real Estate Show. I'm your host, Anthony Glenn. I'm a buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. I have a vertically integrated real estate company. I've been investing in real estate since 1998, which was my first purchase. I have built a vertically integrated company. We have 7 real estate companies that complement each other for us to build a real estate empire. Okay, I am a licensed real estate broker. I'm a broker owner of the Liberty Group out in Oceanside, California. I'm also the owner of Winning Real Estate, which I do mentoring and coaching for real estate professionals that are looking to scale their business. And then we also have a couple of other companies, a mortgage company that's vertically integrated into there. I started all of this stuff from buying my initial purchase, the first property that I purchased. And what I'm giving you guys are several negotiating tips that every single person needs to know. And if you stick here long enough, I'm gonna teach you guys how you can partner with a vet and take advantage of the person's VA loan. Okay, now for those of you who want to set up a free consultation call with us, okay, you guys could text the number 760-573-2731. Okay, you're going to text the word WIN to get on a free phone call with us. Okay, 760-573-2731. You're going to text the word WIN. Okay, and then also, once we get up to, our goal is to get up we want to get up to, we're trying to get up to, today we got 44 people on TikTok right now. Guys, put a 1 in the chat if you guys have a pen. Thank you guys for showing up, man. I don't care about the people who are swiping out of our lives. We care about the people who are staying here. Our goal was to get to 100 shares and 10,000 likes on TikTok. We're at 44 people here right now. So if you're here right now and you guys want to learn how to win, do me a favor, hit that arrow and share this and get me up to 10 shares right now so we can get some more veterans and more non-veterans in here so we can teach you guys how to win in real estate with the VA home loan benefit. Now, let me go ahead and keep rocking out real quick. So now let's talk about that concession rule and why it doesn't make any sense. And I'm going to show you guys the fundamental difference of actually buying a property, reducing the price. And then I'm going to show you what $28,000 looks like for lowering your interest rate and prepaying principal. Okay. And Ian, what does principal mean?
All right, so the principal is the amount that you are on the hook for. All right, the principal is always considered the amount that you borrowed. Well, not the amount that you borrowed, excuse me. It's the amount that you have left on your IOU to the bank or lending institution or whoever sent you the money.
Okay, now stick around with me, guys, and you guys are going to understand. Thank you for the shares. Thank you, brother John Barr. Appreciate you. Okay, I'm going to show you guys an example, and I'm going to turn my screen around on TikTok. And guys, this is the reason why I need you guys to help us grow, man, because I'm going to give you guys an example so you guys can see what I see, okay? If you guys could see my screen, I'm giving you guys an example, and I'm going to read through this, and I know it's backwards, guys. I won't have to do this once I get to the shares, but here's a fundamental example. Take a picture of my screen right now. I got to use both my hands, okay, so you guys could see this, okay, and I'm showing it to you real time, okay? Now, here's an example of what you can do with the VA loan. Here's a 4% concessions rule. You can pay the VA funding fee. Now, if you know this example right here that I'm showing you guys, here's a fundamental example. If you look at the math, take a picture of the screen right now. Okay, $500,000 purchase. Okay, you can get 4% from the seller. That means the seller can give you this money. Okay, now that means I can get $20,000 from the seller. So instead of negotiating the purchase price down, I'm going to get $20,000 from the seller instead of me buying the property at $480. I'm going to buy the property at $500,000. I'm going to keep the value of my property up so I can get that appraisal that comes in. And then I'm going to utilize these credits for private stuff. I can also get 2% to buy down my interest rate. And then, okay, I can get another $10,000 of credits for paying my closing costs. But there is a way for me. I have to write the offer a certain way in order for me to get all of this money from the seller. There's a certain way to write this offer. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to know how you can write this offer. Now, if you look at this, concessions, I can pay for my property taxes, my insurance, my appliances, permanent interest rate buy down. I also can utilize it to lower my interest rate. I also can utilize it to pay off debt. So my debt to utilization is better to get me a more favorable position in the event that I want to refi. Now, okay, I'm done. My arms are tired. That's my arm workout, guys. Since I went to the gym, I did my 5 miles. Ian, I ran 5 miles on live this morning. What do you think about that?
I think you brought your bike.
No, I did. Okay, Dr. Clarissa.
He's a big liar. He's got his e-bike on the treadmill. And he's just sitting there. He's like throwing water on his face.
Ian, okay, so guys, who put a 1 in the chat if you were on live with me as I was running on the treadmill. I was running on the treadmill. I did 5 miles, guys. And the reason why I did not want to do those 5 miles, I set a goal for 6, but then I got tired as hell and I got off the treadmill. But I did 5 miles and I talked about 10 steps to set up your LLC. If you guys want that information, you guys could go back to the replays and then you can look at that. But here's the deal, guys. The reason why we're rocking on the 1s and 2s and coming in here and talking to you guys about this is because we want you to win. Okay? But the only way only way to win is you got to get to work, guys. So the reason why we come on this live and we ask for you guys to share this is because we know this information is so hidden because the banks don't want you guys to know about these strategies. Okay? They don't want you to know about these strategies. Ian, why do they not want people to know about these investment strategies?
They want to keep you broke.
They want to keep you broke. And guess what? They make more money listen, banks make money off of lending you money in at an interest rate. So these strategies that we're talking about, of course, they want to give you a higher interest rate because they make more money by doing that. So the amortization.
And the salespeople make more money too.
There you go. So if I can give you a higher interest rate and I have higher margins, right, as a lending institution, okay, TikTok, I don't know if you're going to shadow ban me right now because right now I'm starting to get orangutans, lizards, and criminals on my live, okay? But it's all good. You know, we love the thugs, man. You know what I'm saying? So let me do a quick reset. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you guys are located at. Anthony Glenn, buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. If you guys are enjoying this conversation, put a 1 in the chat. And I want you to rep your city right now. Where are you guys checking in from? Let us know where you guys are checking in from. We want to know where you're checking in from. What state are you checking in from? We got 35 people here right now. We got 7 shares. Listen, the best way to learn from me is to help me grow, guys. So right now, get those shares up. I need to get to 15 shares right now. We're at 7. So right now, get me up to 15 shares. We got Michigan in the house. We got Texas in the building. All my exes live in Texas. Okay, what's up, Kimberly? Okay, thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you. New York in the building. What's up, son? Okay, where else we got? Where you guys checking in from? Let's see it in the chat. Where you checking in from? We want to know. Okay, we want to know where you guys are checking in from. We got New York. Where else? Okay, out freaking standing. Okay, so let's keep rocking out, Ian. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about, okay, so we know that we got to write the offer, and there's a certain way that the offer needs to be written. Okay, Brother Rapids, thank you for sharing. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how you guys could utilize credits from the seller to get a lower interest rate. Okay, Ian, can you get a calculator, please? And get another calculator, not on your phone, bro, because every time I want you to continue. How many followers are you at right now, Ian? Can you tell me how many followers you got?
7 million. I'm gonna go steal. I'm gonna steal Connie's bedazzled calculator here.
Oh, you're in the office right now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
well,
right.
I just broke her. Oh, God, dude. Full course. Time I go in here and grab it, I drop the damn thing. Yeah. I'm in the office right now. We're doing training on listing presentations and listing inputs. Big day before we jump into calls.
Okay, fantastic. I'm loving it. Okay, so guys, listen. If you want to get on a free consultation call, we have people that are in the office right now waiting on your phone call. Again, that number is 760-573-2731. If you guys want to get on a free consultation call with us, tell us your scenario. The roadmap is free. Listen, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a plan for you. Okay. And within that plan, we're going to see, okay, so we're going to set that plan up for you. And then we're going to make you, give you an investment strategy for the next, we're going to give you an investment strategy for the next 12 months. If you need 12 months to invest in real estate, you shouldn't be investing. Okay. So that's a free consultation that you guys could have. We'll talk to you for it's a 10-minute consultation. Listen to me. Come ready. This is what happens, guys. And I'm going to tell you straight up. Look, people will come to the call and they're like, I don't know where to start. Well, guys, listen, to take advantage of our time, okay, we're going to give you free 10 minutes with us. All we need to do is write your questions down to make sure that you are ready. You have the questions that you want us to answer. You want to set up an LLC. You want to get a business line of credit. You want to do a cash out refinance. You want to look at some scenarios to see, should I do a HELOC? Or should I do a home equity line of credit? Should I do a cash out refinance? We'll talk to you guys and answer the questions, because what mostly happens is that we're steady trying to figure out how we can help you. So when you get on the call, please be prepared, because last week we had 27 phone calls. Right now, in the last 30 days, we've had 237 consultation calls. Okay, so half of those calls people weren't prepared. So please Write down your questions before you schedule the strategy session with us. That way we'll be able to effectively answer your questions. All right, so let's get back to it. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you guys are ready for me to continue to kick it about the how to negotiate with a veteran. The next thing that we're going to talk about is joint VA loan purchasing. Joint loans. Everybody put that in the chat. Joint loans. Okay, let's unpack it. So we talked about the concessions rule. We talked about how to negotiate. Now we're going to talk about joint loans, okay? Joint loans, all right? Joint loans. So let me just do some little trivia. Ian, can my grandmother use my VA loan?
Yep.
How?
She can benefit from you using your VA loan with her.
Bingo. Break it down for me.
All right. So this is a real trick that a lot of people don't know about, and it's a huge power play. All right. As a matter of fact, just over the weekend here, I was at the real estate summit, and I ran into these two brothers that came to this event. You know, one was an Army cat, and the other one was a physical therapist, and he's trying to get a new place for him and his family because they're getting bigger, right? So this is the play. What would you rather come to the table with? 20% down or 12.5% down? All right. So put a 1 in the chat if you'd rather come in with less money down to a deal. Okay. So obviously, like 12.5% down is a better place that most people would want to deal with, right? Because in case you're not tracking this one, PMI is something that you're charged whenever you don't have sufficient collateral with the bank, right? So they feel that they're having excessive risk. So what they're going to do is they're going to charge you an extra insurance policy on your house, on the amount of money you borrowed, because they feel that they have excessive risk in the deal. Right? They'll give it to you, but they need to protect themselves. So in case you default, that insurance policy will pay whatever's left in case there's a short. All right, so what they do is they make you pay for that insurance policy until you refinance that property. So even if you pay it down to like a more than 20% equity, you still have that insurance policy on the deal. Right, Tony?
That is correct.
All right, yeah. So the way that this is working out and the way that this is a benefit to you about partnering with vets is that if you partner with a veteran, and you are going on a deal together, and this could be a multi-unit, this could be a single-family house, this could be a house that has like an apartment over the garage, right? If you're partnering with a family, or if you're a vet and you have a family, and you want your brother to come in there and he's just getting started. So if you partner with a veteran. So there's two different people going on this deal that are not married, a veteran and somebody who is outside of the family or with not married to the vet. All the bank is going to require is that 12.5% down of that purchase price will have to be put down to issue the loan. And okay, so what that means is that if you're buying a $200,000 house, instead of 40K cash money on the table, right? So instead of that, we'll do 200,000, right? Times 12.5% is $25,000. All right. So instead of 40K, all you have to do is come to the table with 25K. That's a big jump. Okay, so not only is that the biggest benefit of partnering with the vet is that you just get a lot less money down on a piece of property. You get all the extra benefits that the VA wrote into the deal for the vets and the active duty service members that are utilizing their VA loan. So you have the opportunity of getting no PMI, right? That insurance policy I was just talking about. You don't have to have that on your policy anymore because of the VA loan. If there's ever a circumstance where you need to refinance the property, you can take out more than normal of the amount of money with that property. You have access to the streamlined refinance. All
Okay,
right, so I just
hold
laid
on
a
real
lot
quick.
on the table. What questions do we have about the whole thing for everybody?
Yeah, 1 second, man. I don't want to give them the fire hose, right? Because put a 1 in the chat if you guys understood that. Okay, so let me break this down in nugget styles. Number 1, the VA does not have PMI. Okay. Number 2, you don't have to, if you're doing a joint VA loan, you only have to bring in 12.5% versus 20% down. Number 3, you get to take advantage of the interest rate reduction refinance loan that allows you to reduce the interest rates or streamline and have more cash flow with your property in the event that you guys decide that you want to do an interest rate reduction refinance loan. Everybody put 210 in the chat right now. Every single person put 210. 210. 210. 2. I'm waiting as I'm drinking my water. 210. 210. Thank you, Chicken Nugget. I don't need you to pour it. You want to say hi? Oh, yeah. Come say what's up.
Hi.
All right,
What's
say.
up? You want me to talk about what we're going to be talking about, Chad?
Yeah, tell the people what you're going to be doing. Introduce yourself. Tell them who you are and what you do.
My name's Anthony. I'm basically like a brand ambassador for Dad's business. And what I do is basically we do presentations and we talk and learn about new things like stocks and bonds.
What else do you do?
We like to go to events, like come with him to events and advertise the socials.
Okay, what else do you like to do?
Have family meetings.
Do you like to have fun?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Tell the people what you're going to be talking about on social media tomorrow. Look, tell them. You got to be exciting.
Our joint presentation. We're going to be having a joint.
No! Say hello. My name is
What?
Anthony Glenn III, and I'm going to be on Chatter talking about what?
Stocks.
And what else you going to be talking about?
We're talking about stocks.
9 and ESAs and UTMAs and Roth IRAs.
Okay. All right. Guys, if you guys want to see that and you got children, put a 1 in the chat, guys, because okay, so come here, Chicken Nugget. Where you going? Where's my other chicken nugget? Okay. So guys, what we're going to be talking about tomorrow on live, guys, on Instagram, YouTube, and X, my chicken nuggets are going to be trading stocks tomorrow. That's why I have brilliant media guys that are here right now. Okay. So they're going to be setting us up. So we're going to be going live tomorrow, and my kids are going to be buying stocks from their investment accounts on live. Okay. We've already started to identify the stocks of what we're going to be doing. Okay. Come here. Look at the people. What are you going to be talking about tomorrow?
Stocks.
What else?
Stocks.
You got to look at the camera. What else are you going to be talking about? What are you teaching the people about? I don't know what it is, man. This camera be making them. Come here. What are you going to be talking about? Tell the people what you're going to be talking about.
The stocks.
And what else?
Our presentations.
Okay, what's your presentation on?
UTMAs.
And what else?
Custodial Roth IRAs.
So you're going to be teaching us about custodial Roth IRAs tomorrow?
Yes.
And you're going to be teaching us about what?
UTMAs.
UTMAs?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Chicken Nugget. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay. Tell the people where you got your unbelievable. I did her hair, y'all. Turn around. Let me see the back. Let me see the. I did. Hey, look at that. Ooh. Oh.
Dad didn't do it.
Get up out of it. Get out of here. All right. So my chicken nuggets, guys, if you guys want to be interested in this, and the reason why, guess what, man? Let me tell y'all something. The reason why I'm doing this stuff is because I don't care what my kids. Listen, the school system is not teaching your kids how to do this stuff. You know what the schools are teaching? Okay, how to change your sex. You know what schools are teaching? History, which is not bad. Okay, you need to know where you come from. But what the school isn't teaching is about financial literacy. The school is teaching you guys how to put your children back in the system to where they have they are working for a big organization. I'm teaching my kids how to have an option. Okay, so listen, reading, writing, and comprehension skills is cool, no problem, right? But I think the education system is teaching us how to have. They're also teaching us to work for someone. Okay, they're not teaching you how to be an entrepreneur or how to set up a business. But guess what? Carson, Anthony, and myself, we got y'all. All right. So let's get back to the topic, guys. Are you guys enjoying the show? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are enjoying the show right now, guys. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are enjoying the show. Let me get some engagement in the chat, guys. If you guys are enjoying the show, put a 1 in the chat. Okay. All right. So let's talk about it. All right. Next. Ian. Okay. let's talk about the VA assumption loan. What are the pros and cons? 3, 2,
Yeah.
1, action.
Okay, VA assumption loan. Okay, so this thing is a hidden movement that nobody's really talking about right now. Make sure that you really educate yourself before you agree to participate in this, because it can be tricky. All right, so one of the ways that people are doing this now, it's okay. So the VA assumption loan is different than a seller financing agreement. Okay, so they're similar, but they are different. So you need to be aware of what's going on. So with a VA assumption loan, that's like, so say Anthony's the veteran, I'm a veteran. I'm going to talk to him and say, hey, Anthony, you got a good deal on your house. Do you mind if I assume the rate you have on your mortgage? And he's like, yeah, no problem. You just gotta pay me whatever's left over to give me the full value of my house. And we're like, okay, cool. So say the house is worth $600,000. But he's got $500,000 on his loan.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is we talk to the bank. We say, hey, I'm going to take over Tony's loan. And they're like, okay, cool. You meet all the criteria. So they scratch out Tony's name, put my name on the loan. So now I start making payments wherever he took off. And then I and Tony figure out some sort of deal outside of that mortgage assumption where he gets the rest of his money. All right, so this is also where it can get complicated, because if I don't have that extra, so he has $500 on the loan, we agree to pay for $600. I got to figure out where I'm going to get that extra $100,000. If I don't have it in cash, because cash is easy, so if you got cash and you can do it that way, easy day, right? But if you don't have that cash, you need to figure out a secondary loan about how you can get that money, so that way that person gets the full value of their asset. All right. So from there, that is where things can get a little bit complicated, because sometimes if you're taking out a second loan on a property, different banks may not want to become they never want to take a second position. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, because Tony covers that really well. But you need to figure out a way to make that person have the entirety of the value of the asset that they want. All right, because that's where things get different. Because and this is also where it gets complicated, because I had this on a listing that I had just now, because I had a buyer who, she had 4 children and she couldn't afford a house that was sufficient for her 4 children. But we had like a 5-bedroom house for sale, and it was a VA loan, and we were going to try to get her to assume it. But the difference between the value of the property and the amount that she would assume was too great. It was like $300,000, right? So she couldn't figure out a way to get a second loan for that $300,000 to make the deal work. So unfortunately, assuming the loan in that case was not enough for her.
And let me go over this, and then let me recap this. Okay, so the VA assumption loan. Okay, let's just say you bought a property, $500,000. The interest rate is at 2.5%. You paid down the loan to let's just say that you wanted to sell the property for $700,000, and that VA assumption loan is available. Here's a fundamental difference that Ian just said that is very, very important. You have to come up with the difference if you're taking advantage of that loan. So that means that $200,000 you're on the hook for that if you're going to assume the loan. And if you're a veteran, stop listening to these real estate professionals advertise the VA assumption loan and they don't even know how it works. Okay. So if it's veteran to veteran, that means that I'm a veteran and I see a 2% interest rate and I want to assume that loan. I can get the interest rate, but I'm responsible for the difference of that for what they want, right? So when you guys are looking at the VA assumption loan, it's a great opportunity for people who are looking to invest, but just remember that you're responsible of whatever the difference is, okay? So it might not always be in a favorable position, and if you don't have the money, it doesn't make sense, okay? Now, who has questions or comments that they would like to propose? We got 82 people on the live right now across all social media platforms. Welcome to the Win in Real Estate Show. I'm your host, Anthony Glenn, buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. We help non-veterans and veterans invest in real estate the correct way, listen, we don't sell houses. We help you invest. There's a fundamental difference, guys. Okay? We're not here to sell you property. We're here to help you become a real estate investor. If you don't understand the difference between that, I don't know what to tell you. Okay? But what we are trying to do is teach you guys how you guys could win in real estate utilizing these investment strategies. It's very critical for people to understand this scenario, and a lot of people are not talking to you guys about how to do it the correct way. So what we'd like to come on here and do is give you step-by-step strategies on how to invest in real estate. But so for those of you who are just now coming to the live right now, we got up to 4,600 likes. So I appreciate the love. But guys, give me up to 15 shares right now. We got 30 people on TikTok live. So right now, hit that arrow, that right arrow, and share this to your people so we can get some more people in here. Okay. All right. So now here's what we're going to do next. Let's talk about, we talked about concessions. We talk about the VA assumption loan. Now let's dive deep into joint VA loan investing. Joint VA loan investing. Everybody put that in the chat. Joint VA loan investing. Joint VA loan investing. And for those of you who are on the show right now and you guys want to get on a consultation call with us, again, you can text the word WIN, W-I-N, not W-H-E-N, not W-I-N-D, WIN to 760-573-2731. Again, that number is 760-573-2731. And we're going to be talking to you guys about how to strategically invest in real estate utilizing these creative strategies. We just showed you guys that you can yes, there's a 4% rule that you can get from the seller. That means that you can get those credits. But if you write the offer the correct way, guys, you can get more money from the seller. Now, Ian, I have a little bit of real estate trivia for you while we're getting these shares up. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, let's go.
Can I get a contractor can I get a contractor on a property that is distressed and have that contractor paid? Can the seller pay that contractor and I can move in with the after repair value being higher?
I mean, you can do anything you want if everybody agrees to it. Right. So that's kind of the beauty of real estate. So yeah, you can do that. So say, for instance, Tony's buying my house and it's a junker, right? You know what I mean? We got worn out linoleum on the floors, smells like chicken grease, all that good stuff, right? So what happens is like you can make some kind of agreement where it's like, hey, throughout escrow, I'm going to have my contractor come through the property and, put a new kitchen in there and paint the interior and exterior, right? You can make that agreement with the seller. To be honest, though, you are exposing yourself to quite a bit of risk, though, because for whatever reason, if that deal blows up and, you have to go your separate ways, you already wrote a check and paid for upgrades to a property. So now not only does that seller basically, has to go back to the market, but they have a house that either has upgrades. So now all of a sudden I basically got a free kitchen for my house. Or if the seller agrees to something and then that general contractor screws something up, like say whatever, they hit a water pipe and it just starts making a huge mess, and they're like, later I'm out, and they never do anything, they never come back again. Then you have your seller's house being completely torn apart, and then you have nobody on the other end to create a restitution, right? Or you're in the middle of a legal battle to try to get somebody to make everything right again. Or you're going to have to deal with insurance agencies to create an issue with the problem, right? So it could be very, very messy, but you can get stuff done that way, yes.
Now, see, Ian, man, listen, Ian be doom and gloom, man. Listen, check this out. That's why you have insurance, okay? When we're doing these strategies and stuff like that, yes, these things can happen. And then we don't always, this is how we do it on our show. We can completely keep it real, guys. We're going to tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, okay? Yes, you can. But let me tell you a secret, guys. Why not set that contract up, extend the escrow when you know beyond a reasonable doubt? I'm not going into a property that I'm investing in and hiring a contractor with a good scope of work and insurance. So if he hits a pipe or something like that, I'm gonna have the insurance in place that protects me against stuff like that, right? So when we're talking about upgrades and doing rehab and all of that other stuff, we're talking about small things. Like, let's just say that that property needs a new kitchen, right? And let's just say that I wanted to invoice. Let me show y'all how this works, okay? Step one, and I got your question on Instagram. It says, Ty, I see you. Okay, it says, how do I start with less than $2,000? Okay, I'll talk to you about that. Okay, so let's just say that I wanted to get a property, and the property is been on the market for 120 days and it's not selling because the property kitchen is old, or it needs a new roof. Okay, so what I would do, how I would write that offer is I'm going to write that offer. I want you guys to pay attention and write what I'm saying in the chat. Okay, here's some words, keywords: reoccurring, non-reoccurring, closing costs. Put that in the chat. Reoccurring, non-reoccurring, closing cost. Number 2, non-allowables. Non-allowables. Y'all better have a pen and be writing this down because I'm giving this game away for free. Non-allowables. What's up, 10G? Oh, man, I got a legend in the building. Thank you, 10G, for pulling up, man. I appreciate you, brother. Good to see you. Non-allowables, okay? Non-allowables, okay? Number 3, so here's how this will be. Seller to contribute X amount of dollars for reoccurring, non-reoccurring closing costs / allowable and non-allowables. So that means that if I get $50,000 from the seller and I'm buying a $500,000 property, okay, let's just say $20,000 of that's going to be going to, I'm going to get $20,000 because I have the 4% rule. That's the maximum allowable for concessions. But non-allowables, I can get more money. Closing costs, I can get more money, right? So that means I would write that offer and then I would utilize additional credits to rehab the kitchen. Bingo. Ian, can I do termite repairs in escrow?
Absolutely.
Does that contractor get paid? Can they invoice escrow and escrow pay them?
Yep.
Okay. Is a termite inspector general contractor?
They can be.
Okay. So guys, listen, listen. So when you guys are writing the offers and stuff like that, you get these credits. And if you want to redo your kitchen, I'm going to give you the value that you want, but I want $30,000, $40,000. You want to do a $15,000 kitchen upgrade, you go through the process, the loan is good to go. You have that contractor invoice escrow, which is a neutral third party. That person starts to work on the kitchen, okay? He redoes the kitchen, okay? In the last 2 weeks, you remove your contingencies, you put insurance in place. They finish the kitchen gets done, okay? The work gets done. You close on the deal, and then now you have a brand new kitchen at closing. Now your property value is higher. Now, are there cons to doing that? Sometimes, the seller doesn't want you to do all of that stuff. But a person that had that property on the market for 120 days, or a person that's off market and they're about to foreclose and they own the property, they'll do anything to get that property sold. Remember, I told you guys you want to look at how to invest. We don't just talk about how to. These are creative strategies to where you can get additional monies with the VA loan to do these types of things. And this is the reason why I like this thing. Next thing that we're going to talk about is cash out refinance. COR. Everybody put that acronym in the chat. COR. We're going to talk about that next. Cash out refinance. Every single person in here put COR in the chat. I see the people on X and YouTube. Thank you guys for pulling up. guys, we're at the halfway mark. Anthony Glenn, buy and hold investor out of sunny Southern California. We're talking about real estate investment strategies and buying properties with a veteran. Okay, if you guys are enjoying the show, please share this to your friends and family. We're going to be doing these rooms every Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to about 11:30. Typically, when we go on live, we go for 2 straight hours, and then we give investment strategies. If you have questions that you would like to propose, engage with us, guys. Okay, we need your help. All right, I need 3,000 more followers so I can share my screen so I don't have to have all of this stuff open. So for those of you who are just coming into the space, go back through the chat and look at what we talked about. We talked about the concessions rule. That means that you can get 4% from the seller if on a $500,000 property. That is $20,000 of closing cost credits from the seller. And stop listening to the bank utilizing these strategies. Why are you utilizing your money to put a down payment on the property when you can utilize this for a interim principal payment? Everybody put interim principal payment in the chat. IPP. Let's see it. IPP. Interim principal payment. I'm going to tell you guys why I would rather do an interim principal payment versus a big down payment on the property. And then we're going to show you how this works to avoid paying interest. All right. Now, if you guys are enjoying the show, okay, get the shares up right now. We got 20 shares. Please hit that arrow and share this. I need 10 more people to share this room. Guys, we're at 6,000 likes. If you ain't hitting them thumbs, we ain't having fun. For those of you on Instagram and all of the other places, all I need for you guys to do is engage, okay? And all of this stuff, you guys want to go back and listen to the replays, we will post a link in the chat so you can go back. And then, guys, in our Facebook group, what we like to do is anything that you guys heard in here, we share this information in our Facebook group, okay? All of this stuff will give you a document to where you can download it. In our Facebook group, okay? So let's get back to it, okay? So now, thank you for the follow, Jabril. I think that's how you pronounce your name. We're going to talk about the joint VA loan to buying multifamily, and then we're also going to talk about interim principal payment and negotiating. So, Ian, okay, we talked about invoicing escrow. And then I'm going to read the VA rehabilitation loan, and then we're going to go through the VA construction loan, and then I'm going to read it right out of the VA handbook. So there's no ambiguity on what you can and cannot do. Okay, Ian, joint VA loan. Can you run me through how it works?
Yeah. All right. So the joint VA loan, it's a really great opportunity. So this way that you, the veteran, and a non-veteran can work together and knock down a property that maybe one or the other couldn't manage by themselves. All right. Or maybe you wanted to, to help out a family member or something like that. It's just a way for you to buy a piece of real estate without. All right. So this could be grandma, this could be Uncle Joey, whatever it takes. So, but what it does though, is you get the opportunity to go into a piece of real estate with less money down, and then the non-veteran still gets to take advantage of the different perks that the VA loan has built into it, right? The no PMI, the streamlined cash out refinance, right? And, and competitive interest rates. So what this also creates is an opportunity for you to do a variety of different things. You could do a multi-unit, right? You could buy a single family house. So this could be a way of starting a real estate portfolio. All right, great asset, great opportunity for anybody trying to get out there and get started in real estate. However, I just want to let you guys know that the money can come from either party, whether the vet has all the money and the non-veteran has no money, or the other way around, either the non-veteran has all the money and the veteran has no money. As long as the money's there, it'll work, right? However, all right, your credit, the strength of one person's credit cannot wash out the weakness of the other person's credit. All right. So they'll let it ride. They'll loan the money, but you're going to be compromised if one person has poor credit in that scenario.
That's fantastic, guys. So basically, okay, so right now, so let's talk about the joint VA loan real quick so you guys can see this. I'm going to look it up and then I'm going to read it so you guys can understand it. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to break it down for you guys, shotgun style. You cannot mess it up, okay? It says, all right, so here it is right here. Boom. Okay, so joint loan, okay? So I'm going to read this. Joint. Okay, all right. Joint loans. Here it is right here. It says joint loans, veteran or non-veteran. Loan to veterans in receipt of a VA loan. Veteran must live in the property. Non-veteran does not have to own or occupy the property. So can you buy a single family home or a multifamily with a veteran and a non-veteran? Yes. 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 All lenders, whether they have automatically authority, submit the loan following type. Joint loans, except veterans and veterans who are married, can utilize a joint loan, but they cannot buy more than the limit of a multifamily with 4 owner-occupant units and 1 business unit. Okay? Now, I'm going to keep reading so you guys got this. All right? All right. So when you guys are looking to do a joint VA loan, that means that the veteran and non-veteran can, in fact, buy it. Who can utilize the EARL also, the interest rate reduction? The veteran to the non-veteran co-obligor of the loan was made. The veteran no longer has any ownership interest in the property. Thus, the EARL is not possible. So that means if the veteran is not on the loan, then that means if they get out of the loan, that means that they cannot do the loan. But it says right here, joint loan generally refers to which the veteran and the other person is liable for the loan. Veteran and 1 or more non-veterans. 1 veteran, 2 veterans, and 1 non-veteran can purchase a VA loan. 3 veterans, 4 veterans, and 1 non-veteran. Okay? All right, it says right here, 2 veterans, commonly meaning a loan involving 2 veterans who are not married to each other and both are utilizing their entitlement, is considered a joint loan. Okay, now watch this. If the property is to be owned by 2 or more eligible veterans, how many? 2. It may consist of 4 family units. That's 4 doors. And means plus 1 business unit. So what's 4 plus 1? 5. Thus, it even goes further to explain. Okay, and I'm reading, guys, right here. If a property is to be owned by 2 or more eligible veterans, it may consist of 4 family units and 1 business unit. Thus, 2 veterans may purchase or construct. Ooh, Ian. What does it say? 2 veterans may purchase or do what?
Construct.
What does that mean?
That means you can build. That means you can build yourself a custom home if you wanted to.
2 veterans may purchase or construct residential property consisting up to 6 family units. The basic 4 units. Look, so that means that Ian and I, hey dog, you're a veteran, I'm a veteran. What up? Okay. Let's use our VA loan to build a multifamily. 2 veterans utilizing their entitlements. We're not married, we're homies. May purchase or construct residential property consisting up to 6 family units. Here's the 6. The basic 4 units plus 1 business unit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. For each of the 2 veterans and 1 business unit. So that's a total of 7. Okay. It says if the property contains more than 4 family units plus 1 family unit for each of the veteran participating, then the loan is not applicable for that process. So guys, as we're talking about this stuff and you want to do the VA construction loan, you can absolutely unequivocally join with a veteran and build a multifamily. Okay. Now, let me keep reading even further. Joint loans. This is what Ian was talking about earlier, guys. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you guys are rocking out with me, because I want to make sure you guys are still here. We didn't lose you. We currently have 27 people on TikTok. We got 38 people on the YouTube Live. Okay, and then we got 7 people on Instagram. Okay, so let me continue to rock out. Okay, all right. So it says, consider the credit and combined income and assets of both parties. Strengths of one veteran related to income and assets may compensate for income and asset weakness of another. Let's say that again. Strength of one veteran's related income and assets may compensate for other, but satisfactory credit of one veteran cannot compensate for the other poor credit. So my income and my assets can help me qualify for this property, but it doesn't allow the veteran's credit to be good. However, there is no minimum credit score. So Ian, what do they mean by credit? What are they talking about when they say credit?
Okay, so this is a real misconception that we've been trying to beat into the minds and hearts of everybody, right? So the VA is not the one who's lending the money, right? The money still comes from a bank, Wells Fargo, whatever. The money is still coming from the bank. The only reason why a bank is willing to give you 100% of the value of that loan with zero collateral, meaning like 100% or 0% down loan, is because they know that Uncle Sam will cover the bill if little Johnny veteran goes and screws something up and defaults on that loan. All right, so if somebody defaults on that loan, and that's the reason why banks make you put down collateral, because if you default the loan, right, they have the lack of payments that they were supposed to receive from the mortgage. They have to go through the legal proceedings of taking that house back, and then they have to go through the process of selling that property once again, just to get all their money back out of the deal, right? So that's a lot of risk and BS that a bank doesn't want to deal with. They don't deal in real estate sales. They sell money. Right. So the only reason why they're willing to participate into a very basically risky procedure is because they know that if the veteran defaults on that loan, the federal government will pay them the deficiencies that they incurred for lending out that product.
Bingo, bingo, bingo. Let me read this, guys. In an area of credit, the lack of established credit history should not be a deterrent to the loan approval. As provided in the credit standards, a satisfactory, watch this, a satisfactory payment history on items such as rent, utilities, phone bills may be used to establish credit. So do I need a credit score? And do I need a high credit score in order to qualify for the VA loan? No. Although lenders have the automatic authority, should be used to the maximum extent possible. Another important tool available to lenders to seek increased credit access by minority and low-income borrowers is the option to use the VA prior approval process. So in the absence of credit, guys, you don't have to have a high credit score in order to utilize the VA home loan benefit. You just got to have these couple of things. Number one, no late payments in the last 12 months. Okay. Number two, your ability to repay, your debt to utilization. How much debt do I have? How much utilization am I using? Okay. And then number three, a job. Okay. Now you can be unemployed and still utilize the VA loan if you have disability income. But going to school and getting your VA loan, good luck with that, because that is not reoccurring money that's going to come in. They want to see that you have an established job for at least 2 years. And sometimes if you transfer from one job to another, that is qualifying factors that will enable you to do that. Okay, so let me see here. It also says a veteran who has maintained an excellent credit history, such as satisfactory payment of a shelter expense compared to the proposed shelter expense. The veteran's good credit score meets the residential income requirements, may be approved in spite of high debt to income utilization. You can't have a foreclosure and a short sale on your property and still use the VA loan. So why are we telling you guys all of this stuff? Because, guys, people are disqualifying veterans and they're giving up. Okay? So now, who has questions or comments about what we talked about so far? We talked about credit history. We talked about joint VA loan. Now we're going to talk about another nugget, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining the show, thank you for pulling up to our show. This is the Winning Real Estate Show. I'm your host, Anthony Glenn. Make sure you give Ian Jensen a follow so he can turn his camera on. He can't turn his camera on right now because he doesn't have enough followers yet. So please, please, please. Are you able to turn your camera on yet, Ian, or no?
Yeah, I can. I just don't want to. Hold on, stand by. You can see my mug. You get the nice, what do they call it? Oh, wait, hold on. Live access is needed. No, I can't. For whatever reason.
Because you don't have, I think it's a requirement. You can't turn your camera on until you get a certain amount of follows. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. So please do me a favor. Down at the bottom, you'll see an arrow. Thank you for the flower, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you for the rose. Guys, I don't know what that means, but I appreciate you guys investing in us. Please hit that share button and get some more followers in here right now. We're almost at the 10,000 mark. Guys, we got 40 more minutes of our live, and then we're going to be done today. We're specifically talking about how to partner with a vet. So we appreciate you guys coming up to our show. If you have questions or comments, please type them in the chat. And let's see here. Let's see if I got any questions. Media Marvin Solution Group. Thank you for joining. Okay. All right, let's see here. I'm working on that this year. Okay, Ebony, hit me up. Okay, Ian, what advice would you give a person saying that they have $2,000? What would be your investment advice?
So if you only have $2,000, right? But do you have I would say, do you have a job? I would say, how is your credit? Because you do not need much money to get into a house. Right. And if you can afford to rent in most places, you can afford to buy a house. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be trickier these days with the rates being high, to be honest with you. But don't let that be discouraged. Like, talk to us. Let's put you on a roadmap plan so that way we can get you the property that you need. Because we've helped out some people who have been in very rough situations, right? And that house ended up being the key to success to get them back on track, because if you think about a lot of people don't really look at the big picture of how much money they're losing on their rent bill, right? They look at, okay, my rent's $1,200 a month. It's $2,500 a month. They're like, that's fine. I make X, Y, and Z. So, it's affordable. But all of a sudden you tell them like, hey, multiply that by 12. And then all of a sudden their mood changes a little bit. Like, oh, hey, I have to pay $2,000 a month. All right, times 12. Oh, they're like, oh, $2,000 a month ain't bad. We're like, oh yeah, by the way, you're spending $24,000 a month or a year. All right, and you've been in that same house for. Okay, so now all of a sudden you look at the fact that, okay, by renting at that place for 4 years, you dropped almost $100K.
And get no return.
And then all of a sudden they start paying attention. I mean, hey, you got to do what you got to do. I'm not trying to hate anybody for, renting or anything like that. Sometimes you got to, you got to make fire with the resources you have. But if you have to make a plan to get there, and that's one of the biggest assets that our organizations have been able to provide to people that have come into our environment. We give them the tools they need so that way they understand the different terrain that they're walking in, so that way they can make the best plan to go from A to B.
No, let's give some real guys. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys gonna. Let me show you how your actual loss by doing this scenario. Okay, let's break it all the way down, guys. Listen, I'm telling you. Listen. You're taking an L right now if you think that renting is a good idea. Okay, I don't care what anybody says. You make $100,000. Okay, let's do that. You make $100,000. Boom. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna automatically subtract. What tax bracket is that? 28%. What is that, Ian?
24. But let me look it up to be 100.
Let's go 25%. Okay, you make $100,000. Okay, 25% of that is going to Uncle Sam. Okay, I think that's what the tax bracket. Give me the number because I'm going to do this right now. Okay, and Drippy's Organics, I got you. I'm gonna answer your question. I appreciate that. I will give you that answer here. Just stick around. Okay, so let's look at this scenario with people thinking that they're saving money by renting. Okay, you're losing 100% of whatever you invest in that asset. Okay, so now. Okay, so what tax bracket? Let me know, Ian, because I don't know. I don't remember. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna Google it. I got my computer right here. I'm waiting on Ian. I can just Google it right now. Okay, so let me check it out. Okay, I make $100,000 if I am a W-2 employee.
$94,000. $94,000 is 24%.
What is my tax bracket? Okay, I'm just gonna Google it. Okay, 10%.
Yeah, if you make 100 grand a year, you're at 24.
Yeah, so 24% tax bracket. So you make 100,000, 24,000 of that is going to Uncle Sam. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do that. So $100,000 minus 24%, minus 24,000 is what? 76,000, right? So I got 76,000 left. Okay. All right. Now I got rent that I'm paying. Let's just say I'm paying $2,000 a month. Okay, $2,000 a month times 12 is 24,000.
Oh yeah, that's not counting Social Security.
Now watch this. You guys, this is gonna piss you off when you see it real time, guys. Okay. So now I got $24,000 going to I got $24,000 going to my rent. I got utilities, electric, and all that other stuff too. Okay, so that $24,000 is going to be at least $30,000 for the expenses. So now I got $30,000 gone. I got $20,000 gone. What is that? 30 and 20 is what? 50. So I got $20,000 left to do what? Live. My camera went off? Okay. So when I'm talking about this stuff and I'm telling you guys this stuff, guys, listen, you got to listen to me, man. You're going to run out of money. So now let's look at this. Do I have control of this asset? Am I still going to can they still take my, can they raise the rent? Yes or no? You have zero control of what that tenant is going to do.
Can.
Now, on top of that, what else can the person do? Okay. Now, this is just math. When you're looking at this, it's like, damn, you know what? So I'm going to say, okay, now I'm going to raise the rent $100. You've been here for 2 years. If you want to renew the lease, or you can move, that's going to cost you another $5,000. Not on top of that, usually they want what? The first and last month's what if you got to move? Come on, y'all, help me out here.
First, last month's rent.
They want the
security deposit.
They want first and last month's rent and a security deposit. And typically, if you're in there, the demand for rent is going to go up. So now you're going to pay more. So you're losing more money. Typically people that are in a rental situation, it's hard for them to find another property that they can do that. So now you got rental expense, you got moving expenses, you got a deposit that you got to do. You're going to possibly lose some of that deposit because you didn't know how to clean the house. Typically, they're going to keep some money from moving out of the house. And then on top of that, okay, you're losing money on the equity position that you have in the house. The median home price is $450,000 in the nation. Multiply that times 12% equals you're losing out on $54,000 of that property increasing in value. Let's even go lower. $450,000 times 8%. That's $36,000 that you lost because of the increase in value of the property. So, guys, you think that you're saving money and you're not, because you're not getting a return on your money. So you lose out on the scarcity, transferability, utility, and demand. You're not paying down into something that you own, and then you're losing $36,000. Let's just say you've been renting that same place since 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. You lost out on $180,000 of increase in value of homes. Okay. So, guys, so when you look at that and you look at what you're doing, yeah, go ahead, keep renting, man. And go ahead and keep allowing them to increase your rent. And go ahead and lose out on the equity position. Right now, we're in a sweet spot to where the increase in value of homes is anywhere from 6 to 12%, depending on where you live at. I went 8%. You lose out on $36,000 a year for the lack of equity position. That means that what you bought the property for, what you pay down on the property, and the increase in value of the property, that's called equity. So if you didn't buy and if you've been renting and you didn't invest in real estate, remember, I'm telling you guys, invest. That math don't lie, guys. It's a fact. If you are renting a property, the property, if you are you did not invest, you lost out on $180,000 plus of revenue. Now, Ian, what was that property that was in Fallbrook that veteran had that we listed? And what was that? Yeah, we just talked about appreciation. And then the other thing that you're going to miss out on is your mortgage interest tax deduction. Can you talk about that, Ian, and explain what that means? What is mortgage interest?
Okay, so the mortgage interest is the cost of borrowing money. All right. So the majority of these, so that's the only reason why the banks, they're selling money. That's what they do. And that's how they make their money, right? They make sure they work with people who are capable of repaying it. And they're like, okay, here, I'll give you this $100,000, but every year you're going to give me 8% until you pay me off. Cool. Right. So what happens is, and they need to that's how they make their money. So they make the money at most in the beginning, and then as you pay it off, you make less and less. So the reason why this is like an opportunity for you is that, yeah, it sucks you have to pay interest, but it gives you the opportunity for that to make your money on the back end because the asset is growing in value. And that's really where you're going to make your most money out of this situation. All right. So you really need to focus on the fact that like this is how you're going to get to the promised land as quickly as possible, because screw it. I mean, the fact that some people get really butthurt the fact that the bank is making money. Well, either the bank's going to make money or your landlord's going to make your money. You know, take your pick. At least one of them, you get something by the end of it, right? But sorry, man, I kind of went on a tangent. What was your question? I apologize.
That was good. The mortgage interest. So I'm gonna read this right here. Okay, so the IRS, 10% of your taxable income. Let me see here. What is the maximum amount of mortgage interest? There's a cap on how much of your mortgage interest can be deducted. The limit, the mortgage interest paid on the first $750,000 of indebtedness for a single individual or married couple filing jointly is $375,000 if you're married filing separate. So that means that your mortgage interest, you can deduct your mortgage interest you paid during the tax year on the first $750,000 of your mortgage debt for your primary residence and or a second home. Guys, I don't know if y'all are picking it up. So you pay less taxes for owning a home. The increase in value of the property equity position goes higher. You're paying into something that you own. The home becomes your piggy bank. And you can leverage that equity position to invest in other assets. So for you to save, the quickest way to save, man, you know what? I got a new saying, and you're gonna like this. The quickest way to save $180,000 is to invest it, buy a piece of real estate, leverage debt. Because if instead of me, that $100,000 earner, you could see that renting, it's eating up their stuff. So you got your rent paid and taxes right there. Boom. Those are two things that eat up. I just showed you $50,000 at that $100,000 is going to go to taxes and rent if you pay $2,000 a month. So now what happens to the other money? You got to live, right? So when you start looking at these scenarios and me breaking this stuff down, when you see it real time, man, I don't know about y'all, but it's a race. It's get as much property as possible. Now, does anybody have questions that they would like to propose to us? Again, The number to get on a free consultation call with us is 760-573-2731. Text the word WIN to 760-573-2731, and we will get on a free consultation call to help you get on your real estate investment journey. Ian, anybody on stage have any questions or comments that they would like to propose to the stage? Any questions?
Here, let me just run that, the interest rate or the interest deduction, right? So the government wants to encourage, so any kind of tax advantage, it's always because the government is trying to encourage a behavior, right? Now, I learned that in a book that Tony recommended, right? Tax-Free Wealth, great book, right? And we even got a podcast talking to the guy. But long story short is the government wants people to buy real estate, right? Because it stabilizes the economy, it keeps people involved in their neighborhood, et cetera, right? So what they do is they encourage that behavior is that because you get a tax deduction for the interest that you pay to the bank. Right, it's not dollar for dollar, so I'm not an accountant. I'm not going to go down that pipeline. But there is an opportunity for you to save money on your taxes by owning real estate, by either as an investor, and that one's actually a really great play in the future. Once you get all your ducks in a row and you buy investment real estate, that's different than real estate that you own as your residence. But just by owning a piece of real estate as your residence, you will get a tax deduction. So it's a great opportunity for you guys to, you got to spend money to save money, believe it or not, in some cases. And this is a great chance for you to get something that you own, learn about real estate so that way you can teach the next generation, and then you save money in the process. And as you save money over the years, that gives you more opportunity to leverage those advantages towards new investments in the future.
Bingo, bingo,
Right?
bingo.
So, long story short, yes, the tax. Yeah, go for it. Sorry, brother. Thanks for letting me cut in.
Can you guys hear us on Instagram? Can you hear us? Okay. So, Anthony, can you check on Instagram and make sure that you guys can hear? I want to make sure because I got a microphone thing over here that says that it's off. Put a one in it. Y'all can hear me on Instagram? Okay, try to make sure, man. Y'all know I get distracted. Squirrel. Okay. Oh, man. Ian, guess what, man? We got 30 people here. Welcome to the Winning Real Estate Show. I'm Anthony Glenn. I'm your host. Please, 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 guys, if you guys enjoying this conversation, hit that arrow. We're almost at the 10,000 mark, and we're almost at the share portion of our show. If you guys want to get on a free consultation call with us, text WIN, W-I-N, to 760-573-2731. Again, that's WIN to 760-573-2731. Okay. All right. SITREP, I gotta mute you, man. You loud, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. Okay. So again, I got a couple of questions in the chat. Let me read these questions. Does the tax deduction cancel out if you are exempt from property taxes? Does the tax deduction cancel out if you are exempt from property taxes? It depends on where you're at, man. That's a great question. I'm not a CPA or enrolled agent, but I do know that if I'm in California and I still am able to write off my mortgage interest. This is mortgage interest. Okay, mortgage interest.
Not your property tax. So your property.
Different.
Yeah, sorry. Go for it, Tony.
Go ahead, jump in.
Yeah, so your property. So if you have a property tax exemption, some states do that if you have a certain level of disability from the government or as a veteran if you have disability as well. But that is different. There's two different tax liabilities. Property tax, like that one goes to like your state or your county or your local municipality. Income tax goes to Uncle Sam. And the interest that you get, the interest savings that you get, or the interest tax incentive that you get is from your income, your federal income tax, not your property tax liability.
That's fantastic. And guys, if you have questions, please put them in the chat. Okay. And this is the final reset. Welcome to the Winning Real Estate Show. If you guys learned something today, put a 1 in the chat, guys. I want to see if you guys are still rocking out with me. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are still rocking out with us on the ones and twos. We appreciate you guys pulling up. Let's recap what we talked about. Guys, listen to me. We come on the show every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Please, please, please help us get to 10,000 so I can share my screen. I cannot share my screen right now because I'm at 7,000 followers on TikTok. So if you guys could help us out, get to the 10,000 follower mark, then I'll be able to share my screen and I won't have to move my phone around and do all types of other goofy stuff. So I would appreciate if you guys share this with your friends. Okay, you can share it multiple times. I would appreciate that. Sharing is caring, Jack. You know what I'm saying? All right. So this is the final reset. If you guys want to get on a free consultation call, the number is 760-573-2731. Okay. Again, that number is 760-573-2731. Can you guys hear me on Instagram? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me on Instagram. I want to make sure you guys can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me on Instagram. Usually we have a lot more engagement on Instagram. I'm trying to make sure you guys can hear me and I'm not talking to myself. Anthony, can you hop? Okay, good, Jason. Thank you. Okay, cool. All right, so now, if you enjoyed today's show, okay, also, we do have the free VA Loan Masterclass Handbook, okay? We will be coming on live now on TikTok, YouTube every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with our staff. We're trying to get everything. We took a break from, we used to do this on Clubhouse, but we're going to commit ourselves to get it on here for 2 straight hours, okay, and talk to you guys about investing in real estate, and then giving you guys nuggets that you need to know. And guys, you don't have to do it by yourself. And let me tell you something, man. Either you want to do it or you don't want to do it. If I have to encourage you guys to invest in real estate, man, go ahead and die on the vine, man. Okay? If this makes you uncomfortable, I'm okay with that. Go to another live with people who are not going to encourage you to be better than you are now. It does not matter where you're at. We're more interested in who we want you to become. So we want you guys to get more confident with the information, but we can only give you the tools to the puzzle. You're going to have to complete the puzzle. The puzzle is, who do I want to become in the future? And if you're implementing these strategies that we're telling you guys to implement, you're going to have an unstoppable empire. We want you guys to be able to go and get information to where you can leverage these strategies to invest in real estate. Now, the replay is going to be on the YouTube channel. I'm going to tell you where to find it at. Okay. So who has questions that they would like to propose to us? Let's recap what we talked about. We gave you an investment strategy of why you shouldn't be negotiating the price down on the property. We talked to you about the concessions rule. We talked about the VA joint loan. We covered quickly the VA construction loan. We covered quickly how you as a non-veteran can invest with the VA loan. We talked about, what else did we talk about, Ian? I'm drawing a blank. The cash out refinance, okay?
Tax incentives.
We talked about tax incentives. And then we also talked about the increase in equity over time, okay? We want you to be an investor. And then next week, we're going to be giving you guys 9 things to pick a contractor. We're going to talk about how to underwrite a multifamily. We're going to be rocking out on this app, man. And as long as you guys are continue to share, we're going to continue to kick it like a sensei in the show, man. So we're excited to have you guys. What's up, Rocky? I see you on here. Thank you for pulling up. We appreciate you. Who has questions that they would like to ask? Again, you guys can set up a free consultation call with us. It's called I Win in Real Estate. We want you to win, guys. The number is 760-573-2731. Again, that number is 760-573-2731. What up, Lady T? Good to see you. Okay. Who has a question? Who has a question? Okay, who has a question? Who has a question they would like to propose? I'm so dehydrated, man. That run kicked my ass, Ian. Okay, I got some gym time. I'm trying to get sexy before I go to Miami. Guys, we will be in Miami what is that? The second week of August or third week?
I have to check for you. Hold on, stand by.
Okay, let's see here. Drippy Organics. I'm gonna invite you up. Okay. So I'm gonna invite anybody who wants to come up and ask any questions. I'm gonna invite all of you guys up. Just come up, say hello, okay? And then I will answer any questions, guys. Typically, the end of our show, man, we invite people up, and then you guys get to you're live, so your question is going to help people. So if you have a question, come up. Okay. Did you guys discuss using the VA loan to purchase land? Okay. Ian, can you purchase land?
It's the 16th.
Can you
It's
purchase?
the 16th and 17th.
Okay. Can you purchase land with the VA loan?
No. All right. So, actually, I'm going to put an asterisk on that. So, if you use the VA construction loan, part of that process involves the purchasing of land. So, technically speaking, yes. However, if you want to buy a piece of land and then build it on your own time, no, you can't. All right, because the idea of the VA loan is to buy a piece of property that you can occupy immediately as your residence. All right, so it's vacant land and there's no place where you can reside on that property, meaning like a permanent structure that has walls, heating, and flooring, right? Then no, you can't do that. All right. So, but to put it in the picture though, if you're trying to buy something with a value add potential and you're handy, you can buy something that's pretty rough, right? So the VA loan, it does have some stipulations about what kind of property you can buy. Although you can buy a fixer as long as it has a functioning heat source. It has, the walls are covered, meaning it doesn't have like exposed wires and studs or any of that other craziness. It's got a roof, 4 walls, and it has to have some kind of flooring and an ability to cook. So if you got a stove, you got some kind of flooring down on, you got sheetrock on the walls, and you have a heater, a not like a salamander or any of those like plug-in heaters, like a hard fixed permanent heat source, then you can buy that property. It can be jacked up. It can be old. It can be, it can be, barely holding on. But if the appraisal goes through and it works and it meets those different criteria of safety and occupant functionality, you can buy it and then fix it up and gain from the equity.
Okay, and guys, what I want you guys to do also is, if you guys are interested in getting the concessions rule document, that way you can actually download it and read it, put a 1 in the chat, because I want to see who wants it. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys want to download the concessions rule on negotiation strategies. We will give you that free document and tell you where to go. Who wants that consent? Okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. All right, now look, check it out. All right, so I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see it. For those of you that are on Instagram Live, okay, I'm going to share my screen here. Let me see here. Okay, all right, boom. All right, so you guys get to see my little chicken nuggets, man. I love this picture. Okay, those of you that are on YouTube, guys, I posted the link in the chat. Go to the Facebook group. Let me show you where it's at. Boom, right here, the Win in Real Estate Facebook group. You can see the documents that we post. VA Loan Masterclass Quick Guide. Okay, we also got some other stuff. Business Plan Rough. Okay, you need to go in there and go to Win in Real Estate or go to TonyGlennII.com and you will see the rules of the group. Okay, and then we have documents that you can download right here. We'll post this in the Facebook group so you guys could download it. It says VA Loan Masterclass Quick Facts. You can click that link and it downloads, and it's a pretty dope document. Okay, we will post that concessions rule document so you guys could see it. Okay, and then you guys join the Facebook group. Right now we got 4,000 members in there. You guys could jump in there, get in there, and download this file. We like to do this because we want you guys to be able to win. Okay, for those of you that are on Instagram Live, guys, TonyGlennII.com. Go to the Facebook group, and that link is there. TonyGlennII.com. Tony, TonyGlennII.com. We will put that in we will post that today, the concessions rule document, and then you guys could download the quick facts for the concessions rule. Are there any questions for you guys? Hopefully we were able to answer all of the questions that you have. And guys, you see me moving this goofy ass camera around. Once y'all help me get to 10,000 followers, I don't have to do that. So guys, please hit that share, like, and subscribe button to my TikTok. I'd appreciate that. help me get in front of more people, because then I can share my screen from the desktop TikTok. I can't do it right now because I have to go through my phone because I don't have 10,000 followers. I'm almost there, guys. And we will continue to do it like this, the ghetto way, until we can get to a position. Oh, see, God, dog it. This is why I hate. This is why I damn hate moving my stuff around, guys. See, we need help. Help me. I'm dropping stuff. Okay. All right. See, I'm dropping my damn phone because I'm trying to help y'all win. So, guys, I won't have to do all of that stuff if y'all help me. So make sure you share this right now. Can I get 10 more shares? Okay. And hit that like button if you're on my live, because I know for a fact you guys are learning something. Okay. Can y'all hear me? Can you guys hear me now? Can y'all hear me on TikTok? Ian, can you hear me on TikTok?
Yeah, we got you back.
Okay. All right. See, guys, I got to do all of that stuff. Please help me, man. Your boy need help, man. I need to get to 10,000 followers. Please hit that share button right now. Share this to 10 of your friends right now, please. Okay, that's going to help me get to 10,000 followers. I appreciate it. Okay, so are there any questions before we shut down the live? Going once. Going twice. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. We'll really appreciate you guys. If you're here, listen, we're going to continue to teach this information. We don't care who shows up. We want the right people over the most people. All of the people, the link for the replay, I can't post it. It won't allow me to post it. You're going to have to get in the Facebook group. Go to the Facebook group, TonyGlennii.com. Yeah, I'm on YouTube right now. So go to TonyGlennii.com or text us. We're giving you 3 ways to hit us up. You can text 760-573-2731. We'll send you the replay once you text us, okay? So again, that number is 760-573-2731 if you guys want us to text you the replay. But get in the Facebook group, because then the Facebook group, then you can get all of the stuff at one place. Okay, Ian, any closing remarks?
No, everybody, I just want to thank everyone for coming up here and really, how do I want to say this? Like, pay attention to what's going on, all right? Because if you're a vet or you're active duty and you're not taking advantage of your VA loan, like, I know we talk about it all the time, so if you're one of our regularly scheduled viewers, you know what's up. But ask around if, like, any of your people, if they wish that they could buy a piece of real zero down, right? If you could sell your VA loan, right, everybody would be all over you to get a hold of it, right? The opportunity that the VA loan offers people to buy something at zero down is something that is incredibly envied. All right. So, like, I was talking to a couple different very large groups of people here recently, and every time I was talking to a vet and somebody else was in earshot, and I was talking about the opportunities with the VA loan, I saw a lot of kind of discouraged and envious looks on their faces. All right. It's a huge opportunity, and if you're not taking advantage of it, you're hurting yourself, and if you're not, and you're hurting everybody else that you could be helping too, right? So share the knowledge with other people, help everyone spread the knowledge, help everybody else around you, so that way we can we can all grow together, and you never know what being able to help somebody else out might do. Okay, but anyway, yeah, thanks, Tony.
Guys, get to work, man. It's time for y'all to win, man. I don't know what else to tell you. It's time to get to work. You know what you got to do, guys. It's time to get to work. And as soon as I get ready to shut down the live, the X and YouTube's blowing up. So, guys, who has questions or comments that they would like to propose to the stage right now? Anybody have questions or comments that they would like to propose to us? Anybody? Okay, Trucker Gert, I don't know what that means. What's up? Who has questions? Any questions? All right, outstanding. We're done today. Thank you guys for pulling up. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow my kids are going to be going live on all of the social media platforms, and they're going to be talking about investing, and we're going to buy some stock. Facebook. Okay, yes. So TonyGlennii.com. 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 That's how you get into the Facebook group. Okay. TonyGlennii.com. That's how you get into the Facebook group. It's called Win in Real Estate. Okay. All right. Jump in the Facebook group. We'll rock out with you guys, and we'll download the VA Loan Masterclass. Quick Facts is going to be there. Also, the business plan template is going to be there, and we'll be dropping this stuff in the Facebook group as we get closer and closer to getting you guys where you need to go. I'll share a quick story with you guys. I have a letter that I'm going to pull out that I want to read if I can find it. Okay, and the reason why I want to share this letter with you guys is because let me see if I can find this letter. Okay, hopefully I have it available for you guys. I have a letter, and it's a reminder. I like to keep this letter. I have this letter right here, and this is a constant reminder of not allowing people to dim your light. Okay, stop listening to people tell you not to do something, because that could really be detrimental. This letter, you guys could see it. It's an official letter from the Marine Corps. Okay, it's on the letterhead. You'll see it. And back here, you'll see my signature. Okay, can y'all see that letter? You'll see my signature that I had to sign this letter. And right next to that is my Sergeant Major, okay, that he signed, okay? 0905, okay, this was in 2009, the 14th day of May. The reason why I'm showing you guys this letter is I'm going to read it. To New Vision Mortgage and Real Estate. Dated May 11, 2009. It has come to our attention that your company has been engaging in prohibited commercial practices aboard Marine Corps Air Station Miramar, San Diego, California. Specifically, your company has sent electronic emails to clients through the Marine Corps system without proper authority and soliciting your services aboard the air station. Ian, have you heard this before?
Yeah, this is that official decree of.
Now, guys, let me tell you what I was guilty of. A person said they approached me. People wanted, I was the real estate guru on that base. And people wanted to do business with me, and they were sending me information through the government email. Okay? You are hereby instructed to cease and desist solicitation of your services aboard Masterclass Miramar, the entire base. Absent the express approval of the commanding officer, all types of commercial activity, including email aboard Masterclass Miramar, are prohibited. The commanding officer has plenary power to preclude any person or entity from conducting business aboard the air station for failure to comply with the regulations regarding commercial solicitation. This letter serves as a notice of failure of further violations by you or your agents may result in initiation of disbarment order against your company and its agents. Such an order will prohibit you and your agents from entering any Marine Corps installation west of the military. Listen to this, guys. Listen how this letter is written, guys. Isn't this crazy? Okay. Such an order will prohibit you and your agents from entering any Marine Corps installation west military installation and may result in Department of Navy wide or Department of Defense wide termination of solicitation privileges. You are also advised that should you or any of your agents enter the air station after an order barring your entry, you can't bar somebody that's active duty. Okay? You may be subject to criminal prosecution in the U.S. District Court per Section 1382, Title 18. Now, guys, all I did was send an email to my client. Okay, it says provide a fine for no more than $5,000 or imprisonment. Listen, they wanted to put me in jail for sending an email to veterans that were purchasing property. I wasn't soliciting to anyone. One of the veterans at my job printed out an email on the things that they needed in order to invest in and utilize their VA loan. Furthermore, continued unauthorized email solicitation may result in your business being referred to the Armed Forces Disciplinary Control Board. The board can classify your business as one military personnel are prohibited from patronizing. Guys, this letter was written to me basically saying that I would go to jail for doing an email to clients on base. That sounds like a hater to me. I had to go through that, okay? This was basically like a person in a leadership position trying to suppress me from doing business with veterans, which was completely legal. I wasn't doing it during business hours. I just received an email. The guy said, hey, can you send me the email on the stuff that I need? Okay. The email said you need your bank statements. I just sent it through I used my government email to send an email to a vet. And all of this is what I got. Basically saying that, look, we're going to take you to jail or we're going to disbar you and your entire company versus just saying, hey, dude, use your personal email to send emails, not the government. And this is an unclassified, this is not like top secret email. This was like a regular email. So I say all of that to say this, man. Like, if I would have listened to that guy, I would have never started my business. So you mean to tell me that you're going to ban my entire business because I sent an email to a client that approached me at work to buy a property? No, this was gone. Can you fight it? It sounds like you're helping others more than... Yes. Okay. So yeah, this was in 2009. I just keep this letter as a reminder because now guess what? I'm certified to teach on military installations. My nonprofit goes on all military installations to teach. We go all over the world, over $1 billion in real estate sales. So stop letting these haters suppress you. Don't allow anybody to stop you from doing whatever it is God put you in place to do. This was a letter to put me in position to do whatever we needed to do to get to where we needed to go. Okay? But I keep this letter as a reminder of where I came and how far we've came. Okay? And I wanted to share that personal testimony with you guys to encourage you guys. It doesn't matter where you're at. Become the person that you're supposed to be. If God told you to make real estate investors, that's what you're supposed to do against all your enemies, all of the haters. Stop taking advice from people telling you something that they're not doing. I did not quit, and look at where we're at today. 7 real estate companies, multi-million-dollar real estate investment strategies done, and I've been changed. We together collectively have been changing lives of thousands of veterans because we've been able to change the lives of hundreds of thousands of people by continuing the process. Okay? If it ain't raining, we ain't training, baby. Okay? All right. So I thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you guys for allowing me to push this information out. I want to be where you are at. Let's do it. The unseen, unheard soldier. Okay. Well, let's talk about it, sister. Okay. Let's get on a phone call today. Text me. You know my number, I think. Okay. Unseen, unheard soldier. I think you know my number. Okay. So guys, stop allowing people to suppress your win. Okay. Only you control your win. Nobody else. Nobody can take your opportunity away from you but you. I just got done with VA eye surgery yesterday, and now I'm forced to recover as a single parent. Oh man, that's horrible. Okay. Call me today. Okay. All right, guys. So remember, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is when we'll be doing this room. Thank you guys for pulling up, guys. I am done. This precludes our show. Hopefully you were able to get some value out of what we talked about. We don't just talk about veterans. We talk about all of the real estate investing strategies. So we appreciate the shares. Keep sharing, keep liking. I'm going to ask you guys on TikTok to go to a couple of my posts and just put a comment on 2 or 3 of my posts, because that helps the algorithm know that we're here. And I would appreciate you guys if you guys continue to show up. Okay. We will continue to pour into you guys. We will continue to pour into you guys as long as you continue to show up. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.